Well, we're seeing the exact same thing here in BC, with our natural resources. What's happening is that I've always said this, and I'll say it again. Every single political party that's been in power for the last 40 to 50 years here in the province of British Columbia have ran this province to the ground. Every single party, and the only party that's actually shown any bit of honesty in them, it's been the social credit. And what happens is the social credit were kicked out of office because of political, here's a paper bag full of money, and so they're kicked out of office for political indiscretions, you could say. And so what's happening is our natural resources are being loaded on the back of these barges, gigantic rocks, riprap, that, there's no resources in there, because as a Canada Customs says, shipped down to the United States where it's processed. The gold, the copper, the silver is being taken out of it. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars have been taken from this province. The people of BC, we have the poorest postal code in Canada. We're sitting in right now. Here in East Hastings, where this radio station is broadcasting out of, is the poorest postal code in Canada. We have the highest rate of single parents that living in poverty are living in this province. The elite in this province have taken and taken and taken from us. This harmonization tax is nothing more than another attempt to further break the people of British Columbia. And as someone who lives here in BC, was born here in BC, and as a Canadian, I say to you, elite, what happens is the Republic of Canada is coming. And when it does come, we'll make sure that what happens is we're going to make sure that everyone that's broken the law and attempted to break the people, you will be held accountable in the court of law for your actions against the people, all the crimes that you committed, especially the TO police officers that did the crimes against the people. Your day in court will come, and you will be held accountable. And all the police that that you didn't do anything, you're not guilty of any crimes. I say to you, it's great to see honest police officers. And we just need to start clearing out some of that dead weight that are very corrupt.
Well, we need our own courts. The court system now is not only corrupt, but they're all like politicians. They all take an oath of loyalty to the crown. A foreign monarch with false jurisdiction over this country. So we need to set up our own courts. And we have that model from history where in Ireland, in our country, where the people there, the way they fought the British Empire is they set up their own parliament, their own courts within the country alongside, and said to people, start using the system now, forget about the British. And that's what happened. So, we got it, I think our brother there, Lyn, is it your name, Lyn?
Yeah.
I think you're talking along the same lines, direct action to create the new society, not waiting for the old system to do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What I did when I could design the system, I spent a year and a half designing this system. I'm a builder, and I'm a problem solver. And I started with this one premise. The needs of the many outweigh the greed of a few.
Absolutely.
And I started looking at every system, how government operates, and what it takes to make it, change it quickly, efficiently, and logically that benefits the people, not the 1% that control the economy of this country. And in BC, you're absolutely right. They are raping this country, and they're doing it in every province. Different items, different places. It is the same thing going across this nation. They have bankrupted this country. They have deindustrialized this nation. And it is close to criminal. It is, in many cases, it is criminal. But the people of this land are decent, hard-working people. That's all they have to do is say, we will not tolerate this behavior anymore. And we have to be able to give them a viable option where they can look at it and say, yes, this will solve my problem. Abolish sales taxes and hidden taxes on everything produced in the country. This will save me money. For small businesses, make unit pricing. So when a small business goes to a manufacturer or a wholesaler, he buys it at the same price as the big corporations like Wal-Mart or any other big corporation. Unit pricing. It doesn't cost anything to do, but make the system fair. And Canadians are a fair people. And we just have to put in systems that make it fair again, and eliminate there's all this patronage which has corrupted the nation. I'm sorry. And I get going and,
Well, actually,
don't apologize.
You have some very good points there, and we're really enjoying what you're saying. But you also have to remember, if you take a lesson from history, we take a look over at that. I always keep quoting over in Prussia, Frederick the Great, because here is a gentleman. He had a small country. He's right next to Poland's to his south, Russia's over to its east, Germany's over to the west, and he was able to keep his country going because what he did was he said anything that can be produced in his nation, he would not allow into his nation to undercut what is already being produced there. Thus, he did not allow his nation to become an economical dumping ground. Here in Canada, what we've done is we've allowed our guts to be ripped right out of us. We've allowed our infrastructure to be ripped out of us, as you were saying there, Lyn. And we've also allowed even the power system is basically subpar. We're providing over in Quebec is providing power to the eastern seaboard of the United States. So what we're looking at, I look at Canada as nothing more than it's just basically providing so that the American empire can keep going. But I'm just saying to the American empire, look, you should have no control over Canada. We have nothing against the American people. Some of my greatest friends are American, right? But we're just basically saying to the empires, look, the country should belong to the people. The country of Canada belongs to Canadians. The country of the United States belongs to Americans. And we say to the British Empire, don't let your rear end hit the door as we're slamming it and kicking you out of the North American continent.
So that it is obsolete. Colonialism has been obsolete for over 100 years. It is, whether it's economic colonialism or military colonialism, the government of Canada, no, it's a conservative, liberal government that are both the same, doesn't matter. We are being a colonial power in Afghanistan for an oil and gas pipeline and for the mineral resources to make corporations, mining corporations and oil corporations rich. Canadian soldiers, these wonderful people, they are fighting and dying. So some corporation can have a better fourth quarter. This is the most criminal thing on the planet. Afghan citizens, the government and the media demonize them. Oh, they're Taliban. Oh, they're terrorists. Oh, this. They never call them citizens of Afghanistan. Just for money, you do not do this. Human decency dictates we do not do this to citizens here. We do not do this to citizens anywhere in the world. This is morally wrong by all standards of every society. But we have a government that, well, you follow the money, you find the answers. I'm sorry,
We only have maybe another 2 minutes, so okay. What happens is, if you could share some last minutes. Actually, Lyn, if you could share some last-minute contact information, just basically about 30 seconds, and I'm going to have Kevin share some last minutes, and then we're going to go to the song. It's basically, that one's called Too Late for an Apology. This goes out to all you British supporters of the British Empire. We're going to basically, we wanted to declare the independence of Canada with that song. So I'll just let you, basically, some last thoughts you have there, Lyn?
Okay, the last thought is I want everyone to look at our website, nnpp.ca. If you like what you see, tell your friends. That's all. We don't want your money. It's your money. You should keep it. That's it.
Well, thank you so much, Lyn. 30 seconds there, Kevin.
Just a quote from the Declaration of Arbroath, where my people in Scotland declared independence from England in 1320, and it said, "It is not for riches, nor glory, nor honour that we fight, but for freedom, for that alone, which no honest man lays down but with life itself."
That's so true, Kevin. This is Co-op Radio, 102.7 FM, CFRO. You're listening to Monday Brown Bagger, and we're going to leave you with a song. This is a little message to the Queen and all of her little puppets that she's controlling. Just pay attention to the song as we declare the independence for Canada and call for the Republic of Canada. My name is Reginald Angus Argue. Until we meet again, have a great day.